What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. No lot of y'all, do know that Karmelo, retrial has gotten denied. This is something that I truly I don't find surprising. I've told y'all multiple times, even when I was looking over the videos and seeing just how bad things were from the get-go, with Karmelo, the threats that was sent, the text that we've seen, the things like that. I truly knew that things, I knew that things weren't going to go the way that others wanted it to, based off of the facts, based off of it, and not even just the text messages and this, that, and the other. I mean, it's honestly one of those open and closed cases, of what he did. And that's, obviously, we all know what has happened. People are just been in denial about it. It says on August 20th to 21st, this day came on the heard, defendant's motion for new trial. Upon reviewing the motion, the record, and you got the briefs, the relevant case law, and you got the evidence and argument, the court has determined the motion should be denied. And, that's just been, that's just been 100. You know what I mean? It truly is. You have right here, it says Don Lemon has a meltdown over Karmelo Anthony denied a new trial. Me personally, if you're having a meltdown, that means you just support somebody doing something so negative of taking another life. And for a horrible, a horrible reason, and they calling it self-defense. And I truly don't see why so many people are in support and why they're defending Karmelo Anthony. Check it out.
Don Lemon, this guy, melting down over Karmelo Anthony's case being denied a new trial. Watch this, Tony.
So now the defense says the first trial was too controlled, too secretive, and unfair. The judge said no. 35 years still stands. And I'm still stuck on one thing. He was 17 years old, and now he could spend most of his life in prison. That is a hell of a sentence for a teenager.
He's saying that it is a hell of a sentence for a teenager when they've lost a son. The Metcalf family have they lost a son, and I'm sure, and I don't, I'm not calling it to where I just want it to any 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 15-year-old should, I'm not saying that it should happen, but I'm sure this wasn't the first, and I'm sure this ain't the last. And it's sorry to say, but I definitely will say, no matter the color of Karmelo, no matter what, you doing something like that, you have to face those consequences, and those consequences was him sitting down for 35 years.
Ask how long Metcalf is going to not be around. Oh, and never again, because he was stabbed in the heart.
I am one of the people who's amazed that Don Lemon isn't in jail for leading a mob against the church and threatening parishioners. You want to talk about judges not doing their job. He's not upset that there isn't a new trial. He's upset that Karmelo Anthony was found guilty. He is engaged in the full racial argument that Karmelo Anthony can't be guilty because it's unfair if a black man or child is found guilty. There is a lot that didn't come out in the hearing. We learned about later some of the things that Don Lemon was complaining about. And there is a question of how that stuff wasn't released. What was this gentleman's agreement? I think that's legitimate complaints. Yeah. But not getting a new trial as opposed to the idea of we got the wrong verdict. Don Lemon's lying about what he's upset about.
He definitely is. And one thing about it, he's also in denial about it. I mean, we're clearly seeing that he's very much so in denial about it. This is Jeff Metcalf. This is Austin Metcalf's father, as well as I'm horrible names, but he also had a twin brother as well. And he said, he got handed a life sentence. He doesn't have his son anymore. Check it out.
This morning, the anguished father of Austin Metcalf, the Texas teen stabbed to death at a high school track meet, is speaking out for the first time since a judge over the weekend refused to grant convicted murderer Karmelo Anthony a new trial.
I'm not alleged.
Anthony, who is now 19, was sentenced to 35 years in prison for fatally stabbing Metcalf during a quick and heated confrontation in April 2025 over Anthony's refusal refusal to leave a tent that belonged to Metcalf's team.
Did you get justice?
No. There's no such thing. I got handed a life sentence.
You got handed a life sentence.
So did Megan, so did Hunter, and so did everybody else in my family and her family.
Yeah.
We don't ever get to see Austin again. We don't get to talk to him. We don't get to hug him. This guy, he still gets to see his family. It's a tragedy that he has to be in prison. I feel sorry for him.
The fact that he lost his son, he's still saying he feels sorry for him, that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot. For everybody that's talking crazy, especially ain't got shit to do with this, for everybody that's talking crazy, this speaks a lot.
Just due to the fact that his life is pretty much ruined, I don't feel sorry for what he did, though. He needs to be held accountable.
This morning,
that's just being real. You know, it's truly being real about the whole situation. You have right now, right here it says, the motion of new trial was denied, but our fight for Karmelo is far from over. They're still trying to fight for, you know, Karmelo to come out of prison. Me personally, I don't see it happening. I definitely don't see it. And I know a lot of people, they probably, you know, well, halfway through, there's a chance. Me personally, just seeing everything, I don't know. You know, I truly don't know about that, you know, of what he has done, the things that he's fantasized about. You know, it's truly disgusting. The things that he talked about, the things that he texted his girlfriend, everything is truly disturbing. And I don't understand it. You have Dominique Alexander. This is the advocate for Karmelo Anthony's family. Kayla and Drew, I'm pretty sure, names of Karmelo Anthony's parents. And then, you know, you have another family. You got Jeff, you got Megan, and you have Hunter. You know, and one thing about it is that you have a family of Karmelo Anthony's that are, you know, and again, like I've said in multiple videos, should have been more so set as an example. And then you even have Austin Metcalf's dad, Jeff, that has started a foundation of certain things, you know, that of what went on. And I truly feel like him getting, you know, threats and him getting these bad, I just truly don't understand it. Then they go into the things that Austin and like y'all sitting here talking about somebody that clearly had lost their life and not say anything about what Karmelo got going on. Truly crazy. You have it right here, Dominique Alexander, that is speaking highly about his parents, when I always tell y'all from the get-go, it starts with the parents, you know, and clearly seeing on the mugshot, seeing the things that Drew Anthony has done, even moving them from Louisiana to Texas for a better life, should tell y'all a lot of things. You know, I've read y'all that he has, you know, been in school in trouble since the age of 6. It's a lot of things that has went on with Karmelo. And them being in denial about things and them spreading misinformation, their own fake narratives is pretty wild to me. Says right here that said, I want Andrew to Kayla to know publicly what they already know privately. I have your back the whole way. I'm not standing with you because it is popular, because the cameras are watching. I'm standing with you because we have built a bond that extends far beyond this moment. And that is what family does. Let me tell y'all something. Somebody that's saying that, and again, for him to say they know privately, but then say, I want you to know publicly, that how does that even make sense? You're saying that because that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing it for the cameras. He's doing it for the money. And we clearly see that. I'm telling y'all, we clearly do. You have it right here. And again, you have, let me go to this picture. You have Dominique Alexander, you know, speaking on Austin Metcalf's sons. Pretty wild, I'll tell you that. Definitely pretty wild, definitely sad of the things that he's continue to do. And it's not right. It's truly not right. And I don't see how people think that it's something that's right to do. You have it right here. Says, from the beginning, we have consistently said that there were more to this case and more of the history surrounding Austin and Hunter Metcalf than what the public was being told. For months, people have been presented with a narrative that left little room for facts that did not fit the story. So a lot of y'all don't know that they've been putting things out that Austin and Hunter has been saying, has been doing, and this, that, and other. I don't feel like it's a back and forth. I don't feel like there's nothing possible that they should be even talking about within this. But I do feel as if it's one of those things to, to speak on, and going by, in general. I look at the simple fact, regardless of what had went on, looking at the facts and seeing what has happened and what he's done, they gotta, I mean, that's common sense. One thing about it, they have to sit with that. Karmelo did what he did, and now he has to face those consequences at the end of the day. You also have it right here. Let me make sure I got this right. Jeff Metcalf actually messaged Dominique Alexander and said to my face, "You're a coward, called you out, and you slid their way. When you denied ruling you denied ruling and issued, you're going to have another press conference." So within this, it says, after 3 days of hearing the Karmelo Anthony case, I received a message from today's Jeff Metcalf, and I'm sharing it because I believe people should be able to see the conduct for themselves and form their own opinions. So me personally, I look at the simple fact that they're still going on here. They're spreading lies. They're saying this. They're saying that. And you don't expect, again, to speak to, Jeff Metcalf. And I truly feel like that's something that's right to do. I know a lot of y'all know that there was a time that he actually went to the press conference. He went to a press conference, Jeff Metcalf, and they kicked him out. He didn't go in there wild. He didn't go in there trying to fight, nothing. He had a sling on. Anyways, so he wasn't even on that type of timing. I just feel like it's a lot of the things that obviously Dominique Alexander has put out and said and did. I truly find it, I find it completely insane. And then to, make it seem like they're the bad guys within this is pretty wild to me. Got it right here. It says Brandon Tatum. And this is, again, this is pretty true. This is Karmelo Anthony wanted a new trial. He didn't get one. After all the outrage over the original judge, a new judge reviewed the case and still denied it. The facts survived the narrative. And let me tell y'all something. I knew truly that this would happen. And a lot of others did too. It's just one of those things that people need to stop being in denial about it and actually, be real with themselves and realize what this individual has done. Make sure y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this video. Definitely apologize. When I tell y'all that things have been stressful, it truly has been stressful. It has been a little hard and challenging. And I know a lot of other people, go through tougher things. But it's been a little bit tough. And I know y'all see me moving and stuff like that. I have a really bad pinch nerve in my back. And I think it's time for me to get a new chair. I don't know what's going on. But make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Catch y'all next one.